I'm going to show you a picture, and it's going to be terrifying. Boom! Carey Price has officially been traded to the San Jose Sharks. That's right. The cap hit is gone. It's done. A 5th round pick was also a part of the package that's going to the Sharks. And going back the other way, the Montreal Canadiens are going to receive BGL. That's big. Gannon Laroque. Now, this video is brought to you by Miraj Trading, and if you're looking for a good spot to get your cards online right now, MirajTrading.com's got everything you could possibly be looking for. See what I'm talking about? They got hockey cards. They got baseball cards. They got a couple of Gannon Laroque cards kicking around out back somewhere, and you can find all their links in the description of today's video. Carey Price was drafted 5th overall by the Montreal Canadiens back in 2005. For years and years, this man was considered to be one of the top goaltenders in the league. And even though he finished up his career with plenty of hardware and gold medals, you name it, thanks to Kamikaze Chris here, just as the young man was entering his prime, his body would slowly begin to deteriorate, and he would never get to accomplish one of his main objectives, a Stanley Cup. Now in 2021, Price would sacrifice his body to make one final push, and even though they came dangerously close to Tampa Bay Lightning, they would go on to eliminate Montreal in the Stanley Cup Finals. We didn't know it at the time, but the career of Carey Price was over. He would go on to play 5 more games in 2022 before slowly disappearing from the spotlight. Now, even though Carey Price disappeared, one thing that didn't disappear was that $10.5 million contract. That shit was crippling. And with just one more season remaining, Kent Hughes and the Canadiens, they finally found a team that was willing to take the hit. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to Mike Grier and the San Jose Sharks. Let's bring up the details. Now, you're going to notice that this deal is not about the players, okay? It's more about flexibility. It makes sense for the Sharks because they get a little more roster flexibility, and it makes sense for the Canadiens because they get a little more cap flexibility. That's it. It's simple. And according to Puckpedia, a deal like this would typically cost a 2nd round pick for the Canadiens. But Kent Hughes, the man, deserves a lot of credit here because he was able to get it done for just a 5th. Now, I've already had several people ask me about this Gannon Laroque kid. They're wondering if there's ever going to be a day where he could possibly see his jersey raised to the rafters at the Bell Center. Well, let's just say that I wouldn't count on it. According to HockeyDB, he's a 22-year-old right-shot defenseman. He was drafted 103rd overall by the Sharks back in 2021. But, from what I've been hearing, he's also had multiple hip surgeries over the past couple of seasons. And you're going to notice that last season for Gannon, the young man didn't even play a single game. There's even been some speculation that his career could possibly be over right now. So I'm sorry to inform you, but the Habs traded Carey Price for a 22-year-old who's even more banged up than Carey Price himself. Isn't that something? What a sick world we live in. But all jokes aside, I really hope this Gannon kid is okay and maybe he gets back and plays some more hockey. But now that Carey Price is gone and the Canadiens actually have a little bit of cap space to play with, one big question remains. Are the Canadiens going to use this extra cap space to go out there and try and acquire a top 6 forward? More specifically, a 2nd-line center. Well, according to Marco D'Amico and his sources, the Canadiens seem to be in the mix, okay? They're a team that's looking to add right now. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen right away. However, trading Carey Price's contract was probably the first domino that needed to fall to make this happen. And now that they managed to get him out of the equation, don't be shocked at all if we see some kind of a follow-up move over the next few weeks. That's going to do it for today's quick little video. I just wanted to give my thoughts on the Price trade. I do think that the Habs are looking to add right now. But who is it going to be? If you've got a player that you'd like to see them target, you can let me know down in the comment section. Please don't forget to give that like button a leg drop before you leave here. And hey, rest in peace, Ken Dryden, you Habs legend. And I'll see you next time.